What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am on my way right now to Wright Honda in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we're going to check out the 2022 Honda Civic Hatchback. Now, we did a video with them before. When I say we, I mean me and them, and we went over the regular Civic. I never got a chance to drive it. It's kind of my fault, but today we're going to drive it. Make sure you guys hit subscribe and the bell notification for all my future videos. Just because I have a working relationship with Wright Honda, I am not obligated to go and test out their cars, nor am I obligated to say that I like the vehicles that they sell. It just so happens that I do. Here we are with the 2022, a red 2022 Honda Civic Hatchback. We're going to take this thing for a cruise. We're at our favorite proving grounds out here at Westworld in Scottsdale. Afterwards, we're going to meet up with Joe and we're going to learn even more about what makes this car special. Wow, I can't say this thing has crazy, incredible acceleration, but then again, it's a Honda Civic and it's not supposed to. It does look good, it does smell good. I love this display. Of course, it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I'm gonna stop mentioning that because I feel like every vehicle has that. I can't believe I just turned on my blinker in this big parking lot. I feel kind of like a doofus. This feels like my own personal playground sometimes. I mean, I know it's not out on the highway, but this is a brand new vehicle. So obviously, I mean, who would lend a vehicle like this to me? But, you know, not a lot of road noise. I mean, I'm getting up to 40 miles an hour over here. Let's try to do some slalom. There's all these little things on the ground. We're going to go in and out of these things. You know, from a handling aspect, from a body roll, it's not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't feel unsafe in this thing. You know, it's not quite the Honda Fit Sport, but it is pretty cool. You guys have to reference that old video. Let's test the braking. No complaints driving this thing around, but I think it's time to go pick up Joe and learn a little bit more about this car because this thing is so brand new. He's the specialist. I'm just some guy making videos that aren't very good. Let's hear what Joe has to say. So I was just driving around. You guys have a pretty cool car. I know you don't manufacture these, but you sell these. Where the fuck are my sunglasses? There they are. So as I was trying to say, I was driving this thing around. It's brand new to me. I don't know a lot about it. You know more about it because that's what you guys do. What do I need to know about this thing that's so much different on the inside, if anything, from the standard 2022?
Honestly, everything's gonna be pretty familiar to your sedans. It's not many changes out here. It's mostly just the exterior. So it's gonna be kind of standard across the board for these, whether you're going sedan or hatchback. The only real changes you see is once you go into like a touring or sport touring, you're gonna have a little bit cooler of a infotainment system up front. It's going to have the cross traffic monitoring. It has a little thing that kind of shows you, like, if you have someone in your blind spot, it'll show up on your dash there as like, it looks like a little ghost car or something.
A ghost car?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wish we had it to show, but we sold all of them before they got here. But
oh, that's a certain one. So what is this?
Yes.
This is just the sport. This is the standard, correct?
Yeah, so this is going to be standard. So you're going to have all your basic stuff, your different drive modes, your brake holds, all that basic Honda stuff, all your sensing and your safety features. It's going to have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, all that good stuff.
Now, I had mentioned this before when we did the review, when the other ones came in, about this long dashboard and how the air conditioning unit is set up, these vents.
Yeah, the vents are going to be really cool. They got this big honeycomb design that goes across. It appears like it's got, you know, this huge vent, but in the center there's like a filter there, so you're still going to have sectional vents, but it looks really cool. It's appealing. So
it has the auto start stop on here. I thought they were getting rid of this. We have the drive mode selector. Let's play around with this a little bit. What do we got? Let's go into
sport mode, eco.
So in sport mode, everything just turned red. I have like this red, like Knight Rider type of deal up here at the top. And that's just to tell me that, hey, hold on because you're
Get
in sport
ready.
mode in this Honda Civic.
Get ready.
It's just like, exactly, it's prepping me for the Type R.
Yeah.
Think we're going to get a Type R of this?
Yeah, so the Type R is going to be in the hatch style. The SI is going to be a sedan style.
Like this?
Yes. So the interior is going to be similar with this cool dash, the honeycomb, but you're going to have all that awesome leather and the different colored seats, the red trim, all that cool stuff. And you're going to have a manual transmission.
How many miles have you logged in one of these things?
Personally, me, probably 30.
So what else do we have to cover on the interior of this thing?
So you're still going to have the sporty look. You're going to have that nice steering wheel with the paddle shifters. You've got all your controls up front, even on your sport model. So it's still packed with features for it being a sport. But then, you know, once you step into the higher level trims, you get a couple of little extras and fancy looking add-ons. But, you know, the basic is still not really that basic. It's definitely stepped up from the previous.
I got to say, I am a fan of this steering wheel. I'm a fan of how it feels. I'm not just saying that because I told everyone before, I'm not obligated to say anything nice about any of these cars. In fact, we've actually bagged on some of them in some of our other reviews a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the fake fog lights in the front, we're going to go over in a little bit.
Yes. So the fog lights, that's one thing that's a little weird. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got the push button start with it illuminates red. So it's like you're engaging in, I don't know, a plane or something.
Yeah,
it's got
cool.
a really like futuristic feel, like they're trying to compete with Euro brands in a sense.
Doesn't feel like I'm in a plane. Got to be honest with you, but it is a Honda Civic, and I'm not bagging on Honda Civics. This is a nice car. I mean,
for a Civic, yeah.
To be completely honest with you, if this was a rental car, which they don't do fleet rentals, but if this were a rental car, I think I would grab it because it feels nice. Even for this being, how much is this thing? Like 20 grand, 27?
About 27, yeah.
27, 28 grand. This dashboard is one of the first things. I usually reach around and touch all the plastic.
Yeah.
In fact, this is plastic, by the way. But the dashboard is nice and soft, you know, which means it's going to absorb sound better. You're not going to get a lot of the little creaks and eeks and all those noises you would typically find maybe in an older model.
And then the trim, they call this black trim on the higher levels, I think it was like piano.
Black?
Yeah, so it's actually, when you step into the higher level pilots and the passports, this is like an upgraded piece for your trim, but it comes standard on the Civic. So
now
cool.
What's going on here with this? Is this like if I would have upgraded, I would have had something cool here, but instead I just have this thing that looks like it should have something on it?
Yeah, I believe when you go into like a sport touring, it'll have like a little leather trim piece here, like some stitching down the center, a little fancier.
But it feels like they just forgot to put something on here.
Yeah, they put like a placeholder.
So it's like fake fog lights. You know, in the old cars where you used to have the optional buttons, it used to be like this blank button that didn't do anything. This is what this is reminding me of.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here. Let's go back and do a walk around of the exterior of this vehicle and kind of point out some of the differences, if any, between this model and the other model, and give people some really cool B-roll footage of this fantastic automobile.
Sounds good.
Let's get out of here. All right, so here we are, right, Honda, and Joe's going to tell us what makes this thing special compared to the previous generation, or what are some of the big differences that we could kind of anticipate? Like, that's what we all want to know. Like what's the difference? Why should I maybe think about picking up like a 22 versus a 21 or a 20?
Yeah, so you're going to see it's got a little bit less aggressive of a design here. There's a lot less hard edges. It's going to have cooler rims, I will say that.
So let me ask you this. There's one thing I did notice. Does the 21 and 20, do they come with standard 18s or are they like 17s or are they 18s?
I believe they're 18s. They're going to be a little, I mean, they're not as cool as these. They got more silver trim on them and stuff. But I think they did good with the sport wheels. And when you go in the sport touring, you're going to have the same spoke pattern, but you're going to have like a brushed like silver finish on the spokes.
So it's the same thing then as the non-hatch. We'll just call it the non-hatch. So it has different packages. So the standard package comes everything black.
For the Sport, yes.
For the Sport,
Sport, you're going to get the black wheels, a couple black accents on the mirrors. And yeah, so I think the Sport is the cooler entry-level model just because you get those features. Unlike your LX and stuff, you're going to have hubcaps. So I don't know.
You're going to have hubcaps.
Almost 2022. I don't think we don't want to roll with hubcaps anymore.
Nobody wants hubcaps.
So yeah.
In 21, 22, 20, anything, if we're being completely honest. What about the front?
With the front end, you're going to notice it's a little cooler of a design, in my opinion. With the sedans, we have this front, sort of the front end before you get to the grill, kind of had like it almost looked like a
whale.
Yeah, it had like a weird, but when you go down and you look at the grill here, there's kind of an area where the honeycomb's not cut out, and the frame or the body came down to like the mid-level of your Honda H here. So it looked kind of weird to me. So it looks like I don't know, people were probably complaining about it like me, and they took that into consideration to give it a little bit more aggressive of a styling.
What's going on with the fog lights?
They look like they're there, but they're not. So you're going to get your fog lights when you go into your higher trims, like your touring, your sport touring. Right now, it looks like they have them, but they're just like a gloss inlet placeholder, more or less.
Like a fake button. Overall, after looking at the front and talking about the rear of this thing, do you like it? I mean, you sell them, so I don't know if it's fair for you, but like, what do you prefer?
I like...
Versus the sedan. Do you like the sedan better, or do you like the
Overall,
hatchback?
I think I would be more suitable in the sedan. I like the sedan more. It's cool. Like when we get into the Type Rs, I'll probably change my mind because it's going to have this hatch style. But I like the sedan look a little bit better from the back. The front end, I like the hatch more, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'll have to settle with an SI or something.
It's got plenty of room on the inside, so the room on the inside doesn't change.
No.
It's just the storage situation in the back.
You're going to get a little bit more. You're going to get a little bit more space in the back if you're going to lay your seats down and stuff with your 60-40 split and all that. You'll have a little bit more cargo room just because the nature of how this bubbles up, But it's not too significant. So.
Well, there you guys have it, the 2022 Honda Civic Hatchback. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Did I like the car? I told you guys earlier when I was driving it, it's pretty cool. I'm not really shopping for one. I think I would prefer the sedan myself if I was. I think that gray color that we looked at last time with the HBD package, that thing was pretty sweet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, bell notification, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, let's do it again.
We could talk about the previous generation.
Yeah, good call.
And then.
Okay, so here we are, right Honda. Joe's gonna tell us